The struggle was fake. The viral moment was paid for. Here is how the industry lied to you. In the modern music industry, it starts exactly the same way every single time. A new rapper appears out of nowhere. There is no history of local club performances. No years of grinding on SoundCloud. No slow, organic rise through the underground. Just one song. One perfectly timed viral moment. And suddenly, they are absolutely everywhere. They are the soundtrack to every third TikTok you scroll past. Their face is on the cover of every major Spotify playlist. Their daily life vlogs are trending on Instagram. Millions of views accumulate in a matter of days. And the entire world starts asking the same suspicious question. Who is this person? And how did they get here so fast? But what most fans scrolling through their feed don't realize is that the story doesn't end with fame. In the digital age, that's actually where the real story begins. Because behind some of these meteoric viral moments, there is something else. Something hidden. A sophisticated machine operating in the shadows that doesn't match the struggling artist image being projected to the world. And when the digital curtain is pulled back, everything changes. Over the past few years, platforms like TikTok have completely re-engineered the DNA of the music industry. In the old world, artists needed the big three record labels to survive. They needed radio play. They needed a physical album on a shelf. But today, the algorithm is the new gatekeeper. All an artist needs is a 15-second moment. A specific soundbite that is catchy, relatable, and most importantly, loop-able. Once the algorithm picks up a sound, it's game over. It becomes an unstoppable force, pushed into the ears of millions of people, whether they want to hear it or not. That is the nature of viral fame. It is fast, unpredictable, and incredibly powerful. But there is a massive problem with that level of speed. When someone becomes a superstar overnight, there is no time for the public to verify who they actually are. There is no timeline for the fans to grow with the artist. Everything is built on perception. And in an industry worth billions, perception is something that can be bought, sold, and meticulously controlled. This is where the most hated term in hip-hop enters: the conversation. The industry plant. By definition, an industry plant is an artist who presents themselves as independent or self-made, claiming to have discovered success through a stroke of viral luck, while secretly being backed by a major label's massive marketing budget and professional infrastructure. It is the ultimate catfish of the music world. And once the internet smells a plant, the backlash is faster than the rise. Nothing travels across the digital landscape quicker than a call out. At first, it starts as a whisper in the comment sections. A few users point out that the artist's first ever music video looks like it cost $100,000. Others notice that the artist's parents are high-level executives in the entertainment world. Then, the internet detectives get to work. They dig up old deleted tweets. They find LinkedIn connections. They find professional studio sessions from years ago that contradict the "I just started rapping in my bedroom" narrative. Suddenly, the same fans who were shouting the lyrics are now lead investigators in a public trial. The comments shift from "this is fire" to "this feels manufactured." And once that psychological shift begins, it is almost impossible to reverse. Because in hip-hop, trust is the only currency that truly matters. Once the audience feels like they've been lied to, the music itself starts to sound different. But why does the industry do this? Why not just be honest about the backing? The answer is simple. The underdog narrative sells. Audiences in 2026 don't want to hear about a corporate product. They want to feel like they discovered something raw and real. They want to be part of an artist's journey from the mud to the mountaintop. Labels know this. So they spend millions of dollars to make a project look cheap and accidental. They hire organic growth agencies to seed songs into TikTok trends, so it looks like the fans started the fire. When in reality, the label provided the matches and the gasoline months in advance. However, the exposure of an artist creates a brutal cycle. The artist tries to respond. Some go on defensive rants, others try to lean into the villain role, and some just go silent. But the internet doesn't forget, and it certainly doesn't forgive. Once the plant label sticks, engagement often drops. The hype that was built on a lie begins to evaporate, because viral fame isn't built on a foundation of talent. It's built on the novelty of the story. If the story is fake, the novelty dies. But we have to ask a difficult question. Is the industry plant accusation always fair? The truth is, the line between strategy and planting has become incredibly blurry. In the modern world, every artist has help. Every artist is managing their perception. Marketing has always existed. It's just that now, the audience is smart enough to see the strings behind the puppet. Sometimes, a genuinely talented artist gets a lucky break. But because they look too professional or too polished, the internet tears them down. Out of spite, we live in an age where fans expect a level of authenticity that might not actually exist in a commercialized industry. We want our rappers to be street legal and self-made, but we also want them to have 4K music videos and perfect audio engineering. Those two things rarely happen at the same time without a team behind the scenes. This creates a new, toxic pressure for the modern artist. They aren't just making music anymore. They are full-time perception managers. They have to curate their struggle to make it look believable. They have to hide their connections to stay relatable. They are trying to stay one step ahead of a global audience that is always watching, always analyzing, and always ready to hit the unfollow button. One leaked detail, one old photo with a record exec, or one contradiction in an interview can end a career before it even reaches its first album. The audience is the jury, and the algorithm is the executioner. That is the reality of fame in the 2020s. It's not just about going viral. It's about surviving the inevitable exposure that follows. Some artists manage to pivot. They admit to the help. They prove their talent is real regardless of the backing, and they rebuild their brand on a foundation of transparency. They show that while the start might have been manufactured, the art is genuine. But many others simply disappear. Their viral moment becomes their only moment of brief flash of corporate-sponsored attention, followed by a permanent, deafening silence. The rise is vertical. But the fall? The fall is terminal. In a world where attention is the most valuable resource on the planet, losing it feels like losing your very existence. So, the next time you see a rapper blow up out of nowhere tonight, the next time you see a random song taking over your entire feed, ask yourself one question. Is this a person with a dream? Or is this a product with a budget? Is this real? Or is it just another carefully crafted story waiting for the internet to find the truth? Because in the age of viral fame, the truth doesn't stay hidden for long. And when it finally comes out, it doesn't just change the artist's career, it changes how we hear the music forever.